And we're live.
Yeah, let's do something a little crazy. Give the 20-year-old you advice.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Start working out again. I tell him, or I guess no, if this is 20-year-old me, keep working out, don't stop, and always be conscious of liquid calories.
Okay.
That's what you do.
Okay.
20-year-old Woody had already fucked up quite a bit. And he was...
Well, Woody, how far do we have to go back?
Yeah, I mean, freshman in high school would help a lot. So, Daym, you don't know, but I got terrible, awful grades in high school. I graduated high school with a 1.98 GPA, right? This is below a C. And that means I got as many D's as I did B's. But
that's bad.
A few with an F mixed in here and there. It was terrible.
Parents would have beat me. Yeah.
They beat me, but that was earlier. By high school, we had changed up the process. Nothing worked. I was an awful person. And anyway, so by the time I was 20, I was like working during the day, going to college at night, and really just digging myself out of this hole. I ended up, I've talked about this too much, but I ended up with 2 bachelor's degrees and 1 master's, and I went to school for like 12 or 13 years at night when I could have had this really glorious, what I call day school experience, where like, yeah, you go to classes in the day, you keep up on your studies, there's parties every Friday, every Saturday, there's girls, people are having like fuck buddies, like that just wasn't my college experience.
So it sounds to me, when I think about it, that you had the same sort of schooling experience that a really underprivileged person would have. And I think, and you laugh, but you know it's true. And I think that is why whenever it comes up that some guy like couldn't pull himself up by the bootstraps and get himself out of a bad neighborhood, that you're like, I did what he would have had to do to get out of there, and I did it. Because it like all that night school and the working the extra jobs and stuff, these are the things that like 17-year-old moms have to do to get their nursing certificate. They're not the sort of things that, like, a white guy whose dad has money has to do.
I paid for my own school.
You are the only white man whose father is in that same league who has ever had to do this. It's like a Rodney Dangerfield movie where they punish the kid and make him do it for 1 week, and that's the whole comedy. And at the end of it, he's like, "Hey, kid, I was just messing with you. Here you go." But no, it just went on for 12 years.
Yeah, I just kept going. So if I had not fucked up in high school, then like my college experience would have been 4 years. It would have been fun. It would have been, this great time. I would have slipped into the workplace in a different way. I mean, it might have fast forwarded my career. I don't know, because it had started at 22 instead of having my degree at like 28 or something. I mess up my years a bit. But yeah, like that I think was, if 20-year-old Woody already was getting his shit together. He was just in a big hole from 16-year-old Woody.
So you'd have to give, 15-year-old Woody advice to correct it.
He wouldn't listen.
No, that guy was stupid.
He was all about kissing bitches.
Yeah.
Can you like, that's a good question that you asked about giving your past self advice, but imagine actually trying to give like 13, 14-year-old you advice. 13, 14-year-old me is not going to put up with the shit that 25, 26-year-old me is saying. What do you even know? Like, you turned out okay. I'm going to do whatever I did. Like, that.
Dude, I watched a Taylor video.
It
was linked recently. It's a Murka Durka video. I'm sorry, Kyle, if you want to talk about your former self, but you were talking about how the police raided a house and you had a party inside. Do you know this video? Okay.
Yeah,
so
it
was linked somewhere recently, and I was like, all right, I want to watch it. Are you familiar with the I Am Very Smart subreddit?
Yes.
No, Kyle is. So it's people who talk about their
I've heard
IQ,
of the one
how
that
intelligent.
I'm 14 and I'm smart or something like that.
Oh, and this is deep. Yeah. This is I Am Very Smart, and typically it's someone who is very proud of their own IQ or something that they know or whatever. So I'm watching your video, and it's just filled with like, I cannot believe the police dared.
Oh, I was indignant.
Even though I'm fully aware of my Fourth Amendment rights against search and seizure, they still managed to pull this atrocity against a man like me, as educated and worldly and competent.
As white. Yeah.
Yes, and I was.
No, of course, you always go back, and especially old YouTube videos. Like I'll watch one that I did like when I first started, and it's not those ones. It's not the content as much. It's just listening to the cadence of my voice and like my tenor and the way that I'm speaking, how tinny and awful the audio is. That hasn't changed, but my videos. But going back and listening to that, I can hardly do it. Like my first 25, 30, probably the first 50% of videos that I've uploaded. If I try and go back and watch, I'm just like, man, this is just stupid garbage. Like, why did I listen to this and be like, this is a good Nazi zombie video? People will care. Like, people will like this. Like, no, some of those are definitely
at
stupid.
some point in this video, and you're like, you better believe I'll be pressing charges against the whatever, like county police of Wallapalooza.
I don't think I would have said I was. Maybe I did say.
Yo,
maybe,
you definitely said you were going to sue.
Oh, I'm sure that I said. You know, I don't. I'll have to go back and re-listen to that to know what is actually true on it. Because all the stuff that I said about the actual engagement with it, it was true. But I guarantee there was totally pseudo law, stupid shit I was saying as well. Because that's just the nature of being young. And I'm not way older now, but you definitely gain perspective when you have to go out on your own, start paying taxes and living and get a job and do your own shit. And then you very quickly are like, oh, okay, I'm not some kid who cops are like, fuck this guy. It's like, that's just a guy at work who's like, oh, God damn it, bunch of noise. Like, we've been called 5 times about all these goddamn kids making huge amounts of noise, drinking, doing drugs, whatever they're doing there. I have to go bust it up. Not going to be fun. Like, I don't know. It's definitely true. You gain perspective.